Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a fun fact-filled video for you today all about Nike Trail and their lineup for 2023. The 5 of the shoes that are currently out there on sale at the moment. We're going to be putting them all through their paces, talk about likes, dislikes, and most importantly their intended uses for each of the different shoes. So hopefully this will help out with your running if you're looking for a pair of Nike Trail shoes. Right, let's get this video done. So thanks very much guys for joining us for another video. It's been really good fun over the past few weeks and months putting these shoes through their paces, and now I thought we'd put together a summary video to help you with all of your buying decisions. So Sarah will put up on the screen now the 5 timestamps for these 5 different shoes. If you want to move your mouse around and have a look at that, then please feel free to. And before we start the video, I just want to say I bought all 5 of these shoes 100% with my own money, so I can give you that completely impartial, unbiased, not gifted, not sponsored or anything like that, give you my proper in-depth review. Right, starting out, we've got the Nike Zegama, a shoe which Nike bought out in the middle of 2022. They've kept it into their 2023 lineup. Coming in at 369 grams. All these weights, by the way, in this video are in my UK size 12. Lovely Zoom X midsole, the same type of foam here that Nike use in their high-end road shoes. They're most responsive. Coming in about a 4mm drop between the back and the front of the shoe, 37mm stack height at the back, and it set me back 145 of my British pounds here in the UK on the Nike website. In terms of the purpose of this shoe, Nike say rocky technical trails. I would disagree with that. This is not very good on a rocky technical trails. Well, it's okay as long as they're not too wet. As soon as it gets wet, it's a bit of a disaster. But yeah, very much a long distance shoe, very much ultras, maybe 50 Ks right up to 100 miles. This is the type of shoe you want to be going for. The grip on the back isn't the best. This is after about 250 Ks. It's completely worn out on that side, but I have been running on some very technical terrain to test this shoe out. In terms of the pros, the ankle at the back of the shoe, this is really soft and really, it's just such a comfortable shoe to run in. If you like a soft, squishy shoe, you're getting a really good lockdown, nothing slipping around, just like running down big hills, up big hills, really no movement, good lockdown in the shoe. Rock plate in the shoe, so you're not getting any nasties coming up through, any sort of sharp rocks or anything. Just all around super soft, super comfortable, no issues, no hot spots, no blisters, nothing like that. In terms of the negatives, yeah, it's a little bit on the expensive side as trail run shoes go, because of that Zoom X foam we've got in here. Despite what Nike say, it is not good in wet conditions. An all-around good, solid option there if you like a soft, squishy, high-stack trail shoe for some very long days out on the trails. Right, let's move on to the Terra Kiger 9, or I think Nike have dropped the Terra and they're just saying Kiger 9. I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments. Right, let's start out with this. 351 grams for the Kiger 9. Midsole, we're now down to the React foam, Nike sort of mid-level foam. But on trail, it's a lot better than it is on the road. It's just a bit softer, but nice and responsive. And you've also got a flexible rock plate in the shoe. Not too stiff, but yeah, just protecting you from those nasties in there. And in terms of the drop, we've got a 6mm drop between the back and the front, 31mm stack height, and coming in at 135 pounds. Now the purpose of the Kiger is very much all different types of trails. It's good for speed, it's good for racing, shorter distance and faster efforts. The lug pattern on the bottom of the shoe here, these lugs aren't too deep. Very much a shoe that you want to be doing your shorter trail races in, your 5K, your 10Ks, half marathons, really much up to a marathon in the shoe where you want to get your legs really sort of turning over. Maybe not the most hilly sort of terrain, but something you can run fast and fire roads and that type of trail. This will be perfect shoe for that. Now in terms of what I really like about the shoe, my pros of the shoe is it's lightweight and agile. You really feel in control. You can feel a lot of the ground through the shoe as you run. You really feel connected to the surface there. A nice nice wide toe box in here as well. A little bit wider than the outgoing model. You've just got lots of room throughout the shoe, but got a good lockdown. Got a little bit of ankle slip at the back, but I just adjust the lacing out on my first few runs with this and that went away. Good airflow coming through the shoe as well. In terms of the negatives, the cons, yeah, it's not great on super muddy, sort of a more technical terrain. The lugs just aren't deep enough. Not really what it's designed for, but if you're looking for a general sort of do-it-all shoe, I'd probably say avoid this one if you're going to be running in some particularly muddy, difficult conditions. But yeah, super lightweight, super fast, good turnover, you can get some good speed. Moving on to the Nike Pegasus Trail version 4. But quickly, if you are wondering where to get this lovely t-shirt, then check out benparks.com. If you're a sub 4 marathoner like me, also a sub 3 marathoner like me, you can check out all of our gear on the website. Loads of the best running hats and the best technical tees and singlets to help you out with your running, and it helps keep this channel going and allows us to go out and purchase these shoes and give you these reviews. Thank you so much, guys. benparks.com. Right, let's carry on with the review of the Pegasus Trail 4. Starting out, 353 grams for the Nike Pegasus Trail 4. We've got some more of that React midsole cushioning in here as well. 10mm drop between the back and the front, 36mm stack height, coming in at £125 here in the UK. Now, in terms of the purpose of this shoe, it's very much what you call a road to trail shoe, as in terms of you could leave your front door of your house, run on tarmac to the trailhead, and then go off on your trails. It's okay on tarmac, and it's also okay on light trails as well. Really good type of shoe for fire roads, for dry trails. Maybe a good entry point into the market if you're looking for that first type of trail shoe where you can do a little bit of everything quite well in it. In terms of what I really like about the shoe, it's very versatile, it's very durable as well. It's held up pretty well. Haven't got too much wearing away on the shoe here, and this is after about 150 Ks in the shoe so far. They do have a Gore-Tex version as well, I should point out. I don't really ever go for the Gore-Tex version. If you're out there in the pouring rain, your feet are getting wet anyway. But Gore-Tex version can be quite a good hiking version if you're someone that wants to spend some time out walking around in some more damp conditions. Nice, lightweight, good entry point into the market. In terms of the negatives of the shoe, yeah, limited traction on that sort of wet and technical sort of terrain. Nike haven't been great. There've been a lot of people wishing they'd partner up with Vibram to get some better outsoles on this shoe. There's also no real protection in the shoe. There's no protection at the front. There's no rock plate here, no toe protection. But yeah, it's just a bit of a jack of all trades shoe. Does everything pretty well. I'd go and buy another pair if I had to. Right, moving on to the Nike Juniper 2, which Nike have as their sort of beginner entry-level shoe into the trail market. This has been a little bit harder to find out some facts and figures. The Nike website is pretty atrocious when it comes to giving you the facts and figures. Please, Nike, update it. Lug depths and sort of drops and things of this type of thing would be really good, especially when it comes to trail shoes. But anyway, 392 grams. I can weigh that myself here in the flat, so that's not too bad. Just Nike call this a foam midsole. I don't know what it's made out of. They don't tell us. It's pretty hard, really not an enjoyable, nice responsive ride to run in there at all. Coming in at £80. Now, the purpose of a shoe like this is very much a beginner entry level point into sort of the trail running market. Short distance, easy to run on trails, not a lot of grip on the bottom here. In terms of my pros, I quite like the colours. It's quite a nice looking shoe. For me, it would only really be a casual shoe because the cons are the unrunnable hard foam in this shoe, in my opinion. When you're out on trails, they kind of give a bit back. As soon as you run on some tarmac in this, it's just like running on absolute rock solid. Pretty bad on the technical terrain we took it out on as well. The grip, it's not very good. You're much better off with a shoe, if you're interested in a beginner shoe, is to get something like the Peg Trail 4, which has been out for just about a year now, so you can get some much better deals on this, around about £80–90. That's a far better shoe. Please don't go and buy something like this. Absolutely rubbish, really. Quickly, guys, if you are finding this video useful, please smash that like button and answer today's question of the day is, what do you think of the Nike trail running lineup? No doubt about it, a couple of years ago it was a bit of a joke. They really weren't the best shoes, really poor grip, poor quality and not lasting, but maybe they've turned a corner in 2023 with a much better lineup. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments and we'll catch up there. Right, let's move on to the Nike Wildhorse 8. Absolutely filthy. I've been doing some good hill reps and testing this out on the North Downs Way here in the UK. I have really enjoyed running this shoe. It has been a real surprise. I have run in some of the previous iterations. The grip hasn't been good, the lockdown hasn't been good. This one, Nike have really knocked it out of the park in my opinion with these early tests. It's had a really big redesign, especially around the heel area compared to the last one. Getting a good lockdown, newer outsole, deeper lugs. In terms of the weight, 405 grams. The heaviest shoe here is a little bit on the clumpy side. In terms of the midsole, you've got Nike React again here, if you can see that in all of the mud. On trails, really nice, really responsive. You had a really good ride. 8mm drop, 36mm stack height from the back of the shoe, and coming in at a pretty good £115 here in the UK. Now, in terms of the purpose of the Wildhorse, very much like a technical trail shoe. Middle to long distance running, out in the mountains, anywhere where you're going to need that good extra bit of lug depth. What I really liked about this shoe, you've got a pretty flexible rock plate in there, giving you good protection. The lug depths just handled everything that I could throw in it in my initial testing down in the Surrey Hills and out on the North Downs Way. Really good grip on wet rock and on just general muddy conditions as well. Good amount of comfort in this shoe. Again, had a little bit of heel slip. I think I just didn't get my lacing quite right on these early ones, and that went away. Good wide toe box as well. In terms of the cons of the shoe, it's just a little bit on the heavy side, but given the level of traction on the outsole, those depths of those lugs, that rubber is a little bit heavy. It just kind of makes up for it. So really struggling to think of too many negatives of this shoe. Airflow could have been better, but I really think unless you were running in 25, 30 degree plus, you're really not going to notice that. Anyway. Now I thought we'd have a little like, what shoe would you choose if you want this specific thing? If you just want the lightest, fastest shoe, then something like the Kiger 9. The best gripping shoe, something like the Wildhorse 8. The best sort of hybrid shoe where you just want a jack of all trades shoe, road to trail, then the Nike Pegasus version 4. The best for long distance, ultras, something super comfortable, the Zegama. Or if it's a little bit more technical, then something like the Wildhorse 8. Best for beginners, again, would say the Pegasus. Please, this isn't going to win anything, basically. Then definitely the Pegasus Trail 4. The cheapest is that one, but I really say to avoid it. Best for racing, something like the Kiger if you're racing in 5K, 10K, half marathons. Most comfortable for me is the Zegama shoe. Best overall in this thing, the Nike Wildhorse 8. It's a little bit on the heavy side, but it's performed so well in all the conditions that I can throw at it so far. Right guys, there we have it. Can you see the state of my desk now? There is mud absolutely everywhere. But anyway, I'm off to do some more testing of shoes out on the trails, on the roads. Next up, we've got a complete Saucony video talking about every different Saucony road shoe in the lineup, a similar thing to this, to really help you with your buying decisions. Hope your running is going well, and we'll see you in the next one.